right. What up? What up? Welcome back. Welcome back to the podcast, man. It's definitely an honor to be in this position that I'm in right now. Not only to bring guests along, but to be confident enough to really talk about the things that I feel that the world needs to hear too, as well as in, what can help other people in life. So special guest, man, this was definitely unexpected, man. Like, this was something that I was like, nah, hold on. I'm really about to have this dude on the podcast with me. It's an honor, but I'll let you go ahead and introduce yourself like the world don't already know, but let's get it.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you. It's a pleasure as well, man. Julian Newman here, man. My bad. Cracking my hands and whatnot. But yeah, what's going on, y'all? I appreciate, my man's giving me a chance, speak my, answer the questions in my words. People like to answer questions for me. So,
for sure, man. You got a huge surrounding crew, I should say, as in the outside world, man. Kind of let's just get straight down to the nitty gritty. Like, I'm 27, bro, and why I named my show Off Limits is because the way that I grew up versus everybody else's, may be equivalent, but my story different, right? Yeah. I grew up seeing a lot of negativity. Like, I grew up seeing a lot of murder, a lot of rape, a lot of, my sister getting molested in front of me, thinking that shit was normal.
Wow.
Like, so kind of just walk me into what got you, not to what the world know you as with basketball and coming from a basketball like phenom sensation. Yeah. But how did that all started?
Man, it really all started really with my dad. My dad. Just honestly, I feel like my a dad bonding with his son. And that was something we bonded over, Like, I was a young kid when I first started playing basketball. Like, I don't remember, you know what I'm saying, that young type thing. I was about 3. I was told I was 3 years old when I picked up a basketball at the YMCA in Blanchard, Florida. Blanchard Park YMCA in Orlando, Florida. That's where I started playing basketball and got my first leagues at 4 years old. And after that, man, just fell in love with it for real. Like, me and my dad, and sister as well, and mother, we all, ate, sleep, drank, and basketball, bro. It was all basketball. We go to the gym, all 4 of us. My mom would catch my sister's rebound, my dad would catch my rebounds, and, just their life really was devoted to giving us, something, what I'm saying? Because they grew up with nothing for real, from what I, was told. And, at first, my mom worked at the post office. My dad was a teacher, and it was really, just regular. My dad was just, but I was always above average playing basketball in my city and everywhere I went. I was always the fast little dude, that shot from far. My dad kind of instilled it in me to, just be different on the floor. And, we don't work hard for nothing type thing, But, it got started with me and my father really, and then became a family thing. My dad played in high school. My mother played in high school. So it's really in the blood, you know what I mean? So...
No, that's amazing. That's amazing. Because we was talking about this in one of my past episodes, like role models. Like, I didn't have, obviously I knew of the LeBrons, the KDs and everything like that. I didn't look at them as my role models, So when you talk about the inspiration and what got you, involved in the basketball, it was your mom, your dad, your sister. Yeah. Even though your sister's younger than you, right?
Yeah, yep.
So even though that your sister's younger than you, y'all ate, slept basketball. Yes. So like, who was your role models? Obviously your dad and your parents for sure. Yeah. But who was your role models kind of growing up to where you can remember?
Man, so to be honest, I know my role models were definitely on the basketball side was Kobe Bryant. Just because his attitude towards the game, he respected it. Besides he had one mess up in the media, but besides that, he was just, outstanding dude in basketball. Yeah. He was known as like not going to the club and going to going to the gym. You know what I'm saying? Waking up at 4 a.m. instead of going to the club. Like, honestly, my dad would preach those things to me. He would instill in me like how important that is and how special he was. And to be that good, especially at my size, I had to, dedicate everything.
Right.
So I say Kobe on that side, and then I really looked up to my father growing up. He endured a lot, went through a lot, and really just did everything for his family, despite what anybody can say. Like, every father would understand, and understand that like he did everything for his family.
Right.
If you hate on that, then I mean, like there's no, you gotta have some type of similarities if you have a son or
Facts.
you know.
Yeah,
So,
no,
but,
I agree, dog. Like definitely having like that father figure in your life makes a big difference. You know,
100%.
not taking anything from the moms that's, you know, being, you know, single moms or anything like that, but a dad. I don't think dads get the image of being in that, you know, the importance of being in their child life, especially at a young age.
Exactly.
And for you to, you know, wake up and he's motivated after going through his struggles, you know, everything that you see your parents go through.
Yeah.
And then put you through a basketball lifestyle. Like I said, I'm 27 and I'm like, okay, I graduated high school in 2015 now.
Okay.
So like I remember like seeing your videos everywhere of you hooping.
Yeah, yeah.
And so kind of like bring me up to, you know, to par when you stated a good comment. You said being smaller than everybody else. At a young age, when did you realize like, okay, I'm not growing, so I'm about to have this energy like I'm going 10 toes with anybody I come in front of.
Exactly. So I mean, really, that edge, the little, like you said, 10 toes down against whoever, no matter status or whatever, that came. I feel like that's, you know, instilled at a young age, and the low key, it's in certain people, you know, that dog mentality. But I really I say around like, you know, like the fifth, sixth, seventh grade, you know, it was about like, I say, you know, all the hate and all the negativity to fuel my fire. So every time I got in front of on a basketball floor, cameras were there. So I never played for the camera. So it was more, I hooped and it was people's time to shine when they played against me. So I kind of took that, you know, and kind of just like, you know, every time I step on the floor, it's like a battle, it's a war, you know. So, you know, it's within these lines, and you know, I kind of had that attitude since I was a kid. You know, like a good basketball attitude. You know, some people might not like it, but when I was, thinking back when I was playing in front of my house in the driveway, like with my childhood friends, they'll tell you like, you know, I had that same fire back when I was 7 and 6, like, you know. Really just, you know, a certain, like, not bullying. And I ain't never bullied nobody, but on the basketball floor, I say I was a bully. Yeah. So really, I mean, I knew that I was always going to be smaller than everybody because I always was. You know, I always was. And I never played my age basketball, only, you know, in the streets with your friends and, you know, stuff like that. But other than that, my dad had me playing up, you know. When I was a young kid, I was like around, third grade, I was probably playing 7th, 8th graders. And then when I was in 5th grade, that's when my dad put me on his team. He had coached the team at the private school. And what was it? He had because they had a practice and they needed an extra player to scrimmage. So I had scrimmage and I was, you know, low-key giving them buckets. So he was like, I'm just putting him on the team. You know, we needed an extra player anyway. And he ended up playing me in games. I ended up averaging like, you know, like 15 points. And like 13 assists. I was I would average the number 1 assist in the country at 11 years old on the high school varsity. It's on Max Preps.
That's
you know what I mean?
crazy.
And it was solid competition. You know what I mean? Honestly, like it shows like how much work we put in. Honestly, the only thing you could say I was 4'5".
And you can really like go off of that because it's like you at a young age, like you said, your dad put you in front of an older group. So like you already had that, you know, not bullying mentality, but when I step on the court, oh, it's over with.
100%.
Like, and when I was like watching your videos, and I'm talking about like you were going up against, I believe you was in 7th grade going against high schoolers or something like that. I'm looking at it like, bro, ain't no way. Cause I'm thinking like, don't get me wrong. Like I'm tall.
What you would do, right?
I'm gonna be honest.
Exactly.
Like that's not something that I would have did. It's not being scared or nothing, but it's just like, hold on now. Like I'm gonna stay my ground for a minute.
Or like almost think about this, like kind of what I was talking about what I meant was you probably looking at that like, man, ain't no way I'm letting him do me dirty, right?
Bro. Like it's not fair, bro.
It's not fair. But I really shot that bitch from so far that it's like, you know, it's like I can score LeBron because he's not coming out there. You know what I mean?
That's crazy. Like, you know, who if you had to pick without, you don't have to say names. Who was your toughest, you know, opponent as a young age playing high schoolers or you know things like that?
I'd say all time in high school, my favorite opponent, and honestly the best basketball player I think I've played against. I played against numerous NBA players. The moment Jalen Green, Josh Green. There's a lot more. I'm just dumped to it. My dad has a list. You know what I mean? But really, I like to say Zion Harmon. He's playing at Bethune-Cookman at the moment. That's my honestly like my best friend, and also the best basketball player that I know in my opinion. He's from the DMV area.
Yeah.
He's big growing up. He played on the EYBL circuit in seventh grade. So that's really where he blew up. But honestly, he's been a bucket since he was like seventh grade.
Was he giving you work?
Yeah, we gave each other work for sure. But he's like he had an old school game at a young age, and he was just so ahead of the curve. Some life stuff happened, and he's still gonna go to the NBA in my opinion. But I mean,
that was one.
I'll show you highlights after. He's a dog, bro. That's the one. And then also as a young kid in high school, like when I was in ninth grade, we played against Elijah Weaver. Mm-hmm. He's one of the he played at USC and a couple other colleges, but he was a real tough guard because he was about 6'6" and a point guard. He was guarding me, and I had to guard that. You know what I mean?
That's different because your average point guard is not 6'6". I mean, in the NBA, you look at people look at Steph Curry as being small. But like for a point guard, he really ain't. I'm gonna be honest.
In the NBA, he's small. That's the only league in America.
I'm like, bro, that's different. I mean, so like in high school, when so you went through middle school, you already cooking dudes in high school at in middle school, so you already prepared for high school. So when you get to high school, what was the competition like? Because I remember watching some of your videos and everything like that. What was it like going against the LaMelos? Because you played against him.
100%.
And so I remember those. I'm gonna be honest. It was you, Zion Williams, and LaMelo was the only people that I was only watching, and that's not dick ride and none of that, bro. I'm being honest. That's all, and I'm 27. That's 100%. All I would see is y'all. Well, obviously Cam because they was all in the same college 100%. And everything. Yeah. But you went against some crazy people. Yeah. But your game always stood out.
Most definitely.
Like, how did you keep that motivation and that energy?
Yeah. Well, man, I say like, really just like you said, really just like it was all the noise. To be honest, so ever since I played basketball, there's been noise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's been regular to me. But honestly, just a fear of like failing or not really fulfilling my dreams for real. It had nothing to do with people. Had nothing to do with fans or what I want to do to prove people wrong. If that's not my goal, you know what I mean. If I prove people wrong in the process, that's cool. But honestly, I want to prove the ones that believe in me correct. And God put me on this earth for a purpose. I truly believe that. And if I don't fulfill that, then I didn't do it. I didn't do what I'm supposed to do. But really, how it was like playing against the LaMelos and, all the top prospects, I feel like, it was honestly like fun to do that. Yeah. Because, like when I was 11 years old, going on talk shows and stuff, that was a battle for me. You know what I mean? I was like, I was scared as hell. Yeah. Like, that was the biggest thing. Like, so basketball honestly was fun because of the media. Right. Media stuff was annoying and, so basketball became fun. You know what I mean? So playing against LaMelo was cool. I played all right. They won by like 20 something or 30. I mean, I outscored them by like 3 points, but it don't matter. I had played a terrible game. I averaged 30 something that year and probably had 19 that game. So it wasn't them that stopped me. If you watch it, I missed a lot of shots.
Yeah, not even that, but like respect to him. Your game is different. That competition, because you talk about, kids and teenagers around that age that gave you competition. Yeah. Let's be honest. It wasn't really that much competition because the media is what hyped them up when you guys played games. And that's just looking from the outside in. Yes. Like I'm gonna be honest, bro, and y'all can get mad all y'all want, but some of the people that you played with was not actually that good. Yes. They were just hyped up over the media because they know who they were playing. Yes. So bro, we speaking facts. I'm serious.
100%. Like, I appreciate you noticing that. So that shows me that the real dudes out there understand. What I mean? What's going on, because. Of course, when I play like a tough guard, you trading buckets. That's basketball. In the NBA, at the highest level, they trade buckets. Right. They got the best offensive games in the world. You can't guard that. But I will say, like you said, I used to go to like little camps. Yeah. You know what I mean? That little white boy I played that went viral for he scored 7 points, dude. I had 30 points that game, and the media portrayed it as like as if he busted my ass. He gave me word.
Bro,
they lost
that.
the game as a team, and he had 7 points. He had a great play, but you know, I mean, I had literally 30 points to his 7.
Yeah.
So it's kind of crazy how the world kind of did it because people talk about him to this day in the comments. So it don't really bother me, but it's almost like all the work I put in and done to be, you know, to be in the limelight or whatever. It's not, never was the goal.
Yeah.
The goal was just to fulfill my dreams and, you know, feed my family. You feel me?
That's amazing, but it's like, how do you not necessarily survive? Because you got God on your side for sure. So that's going to outweigh everything, no matter what day, hour, court, none of that. 100%. But it's like, how did you really thrive against those the critics? Because like you said, you never was in it for the social media and the fame, you know, and everything like that. But every time you stepped on the court, it's like, you think about it, and this is facts. You look at college students or NBA players struggling to, you know, ignore the crowd. But you already had that. How, bro? How?
Man, it's funny you say that because there's the stories that you don't even know about, but you know about. That's crazy because you feel it, and you know you weren't even there. That's crazy. So I appreciate you like feeling that from a distance because it's true. I had grown men like saying racist comments, calling me monkeys in the crowd and whatnot, and so like and talk about my little sister and all types of stuff. You know, so definitely. The stuff that they say to NBA players, you know how like LeBron, my dad likes to say how they're being babies when they kick them out because they're talking to kids like that.
Facts.
You know, and we have to sit there and shut up. You know what I mean? So like, why can't they do the same when they're getting paid millions? You know what I mean? So I will say, my mom is a tough motherfucker, bro. Like my dad, my dad's tough too. My mom, my grandpa, like they're tough people. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, I mean. My mom's a warrior, bro. Like honestly, so she raised me. My dad raised me. You know, I got raised by tough people. Right. You know what I mean? They went through a lot, and honestly, I've seen a lot, and I feel like I'm tough because my mom was tough. You feel me? That So I really think that she instilled that into me, like the little dog mentality and. Like she used to be play me 1-on-1, like come on little motherfucker, like come on, like pushing me around, like
it was like that.
It was like that, yeah.
She's
like
different,
you know. But made me who I am today, and you know, she's real tough. She was in the Navy, and you know, hard worker, and honestly, like just really seeing my grandpa and seeing, you know how tough my dad is, how much stuff he went through and stuff. Basketball is just basketball, you know. There's real life shit that goes on. You know?
You still have a real life outside of basketball, and that's what I feel like a lot of people don't get. And I'm not in your shoes by any means, but it's like, bruh, I have an outside life and I'm normal just by, you know, just like anybody else. Don't get mad because I'm giving your son work on the court. Like, bro, I still go home and I still got the struggles. You feel me? Like, it may not be the same struggles as everybody else, but kind of my whole story is everybody has a story. Everybody have a background, bro. So it's like, okay, when you get on the court, bro, like you all right, you got through your college phase. You did AAU.
I did AAU slightly. I didn't do AAU that much because I was doing talk shows and camps and events, so I couldn't commit to a team. You feel me? Like honestly, like you can't be at practice. You can't make certain. You can't make certain games. So I would play the high school season. And even have to fly out during season, to go like to Conan O'Brien or CNN or Fox News, and it's all in New York. All these things are in New York. So I say that to say I didn't play much AAU. No, I played some. No, you know what I mean. I always played competition. We played the best high school teams in America. And, you know that, and more telling people out there. Google it. You know what I mean, and you can see like we played NBA players, and I gave NBA players 30 and 40. Bro, like, actually.
Man, look, because you've been in the limelight like so long, like and it's blowing me. Like you and bro, I'm telling you, I tell facts over opinions any day. Like it's almost like I'm looking at you more of as a person than an athlete. But that's, you know, being an athletic individual is definitely what made you, for sure. You being great in sports and everything like that. But like seeing like who you really are just from talking to you and everything like that and watching your videos, like I could see like, okay, bro, this dude outside life got to be crazy, because like you said, you was traveling, going to New York for these shows, bro. Like, do you feel like that kind of took away, from a lot of things, or?
Yeah, I do. I do feel like it took away from certain things. Not to take away from anybody in my life at all.
Yeah.
And I feel like taken away as in certain. I mean, maybe like I could have been working with my dad that weekend at the crib. Instead, we're in New York spending time, which is cool. I mean, stuff I'll never forget, bro. Yeah. Like, like that stuff I'll never forget. I literally was on the Steve Harvey show, Conan O'Brien, Ellen. Like, it was. I mean, God is real, man. You feel me? Like, and like, like real life stuff happened, but I can always say, God is. He gave me a mom and a dad, and that's like something that not everyone has. So I'm blessed just with that.
But we talked about that on one of my episodes. Like, people tend to look at having a 2-parent household as bad. Like, man, why are you judging me because my parents are doing what parents are supposed to do? Like, bro, my parents are here. God put them here. Why you mad at me? Chill out. Like, you feel me? Like, bro,
it
don't
really
get me started, dog.
Really just stems from probably just not having it,
Yeah.
And I feel bad, you know what I mean? But it's also like, I mean, we gotta do better as influencers and creators and creating a good image for ourselves.
Facts,
including myself, doing better, and because I'm a type of guy. My dad is my mom and dad. They've been together since they were in high school.
Right.
They're high school sweethearts. So they've done nothing but set an example of, I mean, it's as simple as not having sex till marriage. I'm not saying that's the stuff that goes on, but I'm saying that's the stuff that we try to practice. And
right, exactly.
And I mean, it's they've been great parents all around. You know what I mean? And you say that has me going on these talk shows and stuff, stop me from things. They stop me from a lot. Stop me from getting in trouble, I say, and stuff like that with certain friends. Because I have friends that I grew up with in the same neighborhood who, I mean, I didn't grow up in the crazy place. I grew up by UCF. Yeah. But I had people in that neighborhood and close friends that I love for real, that honestly are in jail for like 20, 30 years.
Yeah, to this day.
Stuff that just, my main man just got out. Not my main man, but my main man at the time. Yeah. He's got out, he's a cool dude. That's my man's now. But, as time goes, like I said, I went to the reality shows. I mean, to the talk shows and got separated from certain friends. Right. Not saying that it was an issue, but it was good, all respect to, I wish everyone the best, man, But
you did what you had to do. Yeah,
did what I had to do, honestly. But honestly, we all grew up in a good, pretty nice place. That shows you, like, where, it's about environment, not about, like, Florida has nice houses, but, I mean, who lives in the house? Yeah, exactly. Who's raising you, you know?
Because it goes back to, like, who you are off the court, bro. Yeah. Like I said before, everybody has a story. Everybody has a struggle outside of whatever they're doing or portraying on social media and things like that. But, going on to that next phase of your life, college, or going through that phase of, now you're seeing all of this negativity around you even more. People would, because that's when I started seeing it too, was a little bit like, okay, bro, why is this dude getting talked about so much? Or they say that you're the dribble king and shit like that. Like, how did you
in a bad way?
Yeah,
right?
In a bad way. Yes. Like, I'm like, bro, like, but you can tell, bro. I'm telling you, I'll get deep with it that because it's like they don't hold everybody else accountable. Exactly. I think a lot of times when I was watching a lot of basketball videos of you growing up and other influencers to this day, it was always people trying to find the negative aspect about that person first. Yes. So how did you manage to still hear and see all that negativity, but still put out the positivity?
Yeah. Well, I mean, man, my dad is. I keep preaching it, but he's a blessed individual, man. Like, he inspires me, he motivates me, because I can never,
I love it.
I can never. I mean, he makes me strong, but the stuff he's been through, it's like he'll never speak about it because he's a great, he's such a great guy, and the world perceives him wrong. But all fathers that are trying to do well for their kids should understand and know. But honestly, he's the one who always said, he put it this way because it's just easy for me to understand. All publicity is good publicity. Yeah. Unless we're doing something bad actually in the limelight, actually committing a crime or something stupid, Yeah. But besides that, if they want to put out something negative about me, how can I control it? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you look at LeBron or anybody great, half people hate him, half people love him. You know? And I will say I did get a little extra hate than most people.
Yeah, you definitely
for
did,
a lot
bro.
of reason. I mean, for no reason. I mean, the media. I like to blame certain media outlets, but not to really blame them. But you
Yeah.
can blame them. Like, it's not my fault. It's not the fans' fault.
Right.
Look at the video and how it's portrayed sometimes.
Yeah.
They made it look like I started that issue when I didn't.
Right.
You just said
Because
you
that's
fucked my
what people
13-year-old sister.
are attention. Yeah, that's what people are, driven to is that
Exactly.
negative first. So they're gonna post that, and then
Yes.
5 clips later they're gonna post a positive whole clip. But then they already got a
Exactly.
million views on the other clip, so
Exactly.
you already ruined in a way.
Exactly.
But you still. How did some of that negative aspect stuff help you with college, or how did that prevent college offers and things like that?
I will say it prevented stuff a lot. I think
Yeah.
I think college now. I would have had every offer in the world because for some reason being known as a high school hooper in the limelight is good now. Back
Yeah.
then it was like, oh, okay. I mean, he's just all hype. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I got a couple offers, but I was going the pro route, and then COVID hit, and then it was, kind of stupid. But how did it? It really didn't affect me. Like, it made me want to work harder.
Yeah.
I didn't have every college offer in the world. I had a couple D1 offers. But that wasn't my goal. It was really just I knew the end goal.
Right.
I'm pro basketball. My dad always said it. You're a pro basketball player, not a college basketball player.
Yeah.
And so it really helped, as in like, it helped more than hurt in my mind, and that's what matters, because it honestly, obviously, it steered some colleges away. Obviously, because at the time I was getting paid for things when you couldn't get paid for things,
Right,
and then
exactly.
go to college, So, like, that's I don't know
That's different.
that's how it panned out with that.
Yeah.
But I mean, in all actuality, bro, it was really, man, I just had tough parents that really endured a lot themselves. Like, they had a lot of critics and stuff that.
Yeah.
I mean, they were high school sweethearts that got married at 18.
Yeah.
So they've been through it all mentally. So
They kept you straight with it, bro. Like,
mentally, yeah.
mentally, physically,
and they
everything.
felt every emotion with me. My dad, he's like feels like if I'm hurt, he's hurt. And that's a true father in my opinion. You know what I mean? And it's all glory to God and all glory to them, man. Like, I wouldn't be anywhere without my parents.
No,
or God.
I love it, bro. Because now, like, I think that's definitely important to where people got to look at their parents of not being strict on them, not being you get a lot of complaints from kids saying, hey, like, my parent is mean because they telling me this. You took it a different route. Like, no, I'm gonna make this a part of a part of me too as well. Whatever you're going through, I'm gonna make sure that I'm going through with you too as well. Your dad was there because and watching the videos, bro. Like, your dad's coaching you, like, at the games that's being
At high-level
televised.
games.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I'm like you don't really see, and I wouldn't say hear of it, but you really don't see that type of stuff no more. You really don't.
No.
And it's almost sad because, not saying that there's dads out there that won't do it, but the dads that's actually are in their kids' life, they're not coaching them. Especially if you want your kid to go this route, and they understand
For sure.
the difficulties of going and the struggles that's going to uprise.
Exactly.
Bro, you should be in your kid life 100% every day.
No matter what it is.
Bro, that's amazing. So, like, if you had to pick, what would you do differently? And I kind of asked that question a little bit, but I'm gonna revise it. What would you do differently? Obviously, going to your your New York shows and things like that, or spending more time with your dad. If you had to choose something to do it differently, go a different route, or what would it be?
Man, honestly, I'd say respect my father more.
Yeah.
Obviously, kids butt heads with their dads and stuff like that. But it wasn't always like I followed in line.
Yeah.
I always listened at the end of the day.
Right.
With some extra lip, or stuff that didn't be needed. Like, honestly, as a kid, you don't understand sometimes how good of a father or parents you got, man, until you get older.
Yeah.
And I just like to give a message to the younger kids that got good parents or that got okay parents. Just to, you value them, man. You get one set of them, and you learn as you go. You're not perfect, so don't beat yourself up for stuff that you said wrong, done wrong, none of that. But yeah, man, to really just but what I would do different is on the basketball side, I'd put more work in, put my head down, and I worked hard, and that's the thing about me.
Yeah.
I always say I wish I worked harder, but honestly, I wish I'd do 100 more push-ups tonight. I wish I'd do the cone drills like my dad said, instead of doing 30 minutes, like he said, do 45 minutes. Or jump rope every single day of my life like he told me to, something I didn't do. It's very little, but I mean that from the bottom of my heart. Like, my dad told me when I was in 6th grade, jump rope every day for 15 minutes.
Yeah.
I jumped rope a couple days out the month. Forgot, I say, but you really want to be good or not? You know, and I love working hard, but it was just little stuff like that I would change. Really listen to the T. Your parents have already lived life, and they know if you listen. And not everybody has a logical father. Some people have delusional fathers, and they don't make sense. Or they don't have the path to get to where they're actually trying to get their son. But I will say, my dad is a smart guy. He knows basketball to the T, and he's been through life like anybody I know. So I will say, what I would have changed, what I would have done. Listen to him. He got the blueprint. I listened to him, but listen to every single thing for real.
Right.
You don't need a girlfriend in 9th grade. You feel me? You don't need to worry about that, because literally you have time for it. As a kid, you don't get that. My dad always preached, man.
Right.
A man's downfall is a woman. Always in the Bible it said. And it's proven through society. It's proven through social media. It's proven through. And my dad's told me that since I was a child. Man. And that's one thing I wish as well. I know where I should be getting my heart broken in high school, and not actually, but as a kid, you thinking you hurt, and that's affecting the way you working out, the way you going throughout life. But little stuff like that, really listen to your parents. I really wish I listened to my dad to a T. I listened to my dad. Yeah, I did. I followed his blueprint. I did with it. But I could have followed harder,
Yeah, followed it, bro.
And I don't want to beat myself up, and that's what people would say, man.
Nah.
But I mean, that's what I would change. That's what I would do. I just...
Bro, because you talk about heartbreak, and that brings to the next topic, bro. Like, how did... Because I'm going to be honest. Me, if I was in your shoes and I had the intention, I would have folded. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, I would have folded, like, in high school. I'm not getting my heart broke. I'm the one breaking hearts. I'm going to be honest.
Yes.
If I was in the limelight, it's
yes.
different. So how did you... Bro, your mindset different. And that's what people don't see. And that's what I want people to really get to as well. And mind you, this is our first time ever meeting. Like, I never went to none of his games. I was always in Iowa, first off. When you hear Iowa, all you hear is snow. All you hear is cornfields. So, like, this is our first time meeting. And, like, this dude, his mindset of what this social media is trying to portray, something totally different. It's not you at all, bro. And I'm being strictly honest. Like, so, like, how did, bro, it's different because, like, how did you really fight everything that was really thrown at you, like staying focused? Because I know your dad is definitely a huge focus, but you talk about things as if, like, he can't hold your hand for you. So like, what did you do on that other aspect? Because like you said, you could have jump roped harder, know, you could have did things harder, you could have went in the gym longer. What did you do?
Man, what I was doing, instead of doing to the T, okay. Well, I mean, I was doing those things. So instead of dribbling for 45 minutes in the garage, and it's different because sometimes I might dribble for. This is really detailed and confusing to certain people, but it'll make sense. It's more like I used to dribble in the garage. That's something. That's how I got my handle. That's how my dad told me. That's how people that's how they got their handle. That's how you get sticky, Put a bag on it, go crazy, just fall in love with that basketball, know? Honestly, I mean, I spent a lot of time in the garage. For example, this is just something minor, just to break it down. But, certain days I do 30 minutes instead of 45. Sometimes I do an hour when I was supposed to do 45. But it's like, what else is there to do? What I mean? Go inside, play video games. What else is there to do, bro? Like, you're just wasting time. And as a kid, you don't understand that. You have all the time in the world. My dad was never the dad. Like, you can't play video games. You can't do this. He always preached, go have fun. Do that, do this. But do this first. We're going to shoot your 500 shots. You get your push-ups and sit-ups in. Get your little dribble in. And then go have fun. Go down the street. Go do what you want to do. And that's just what I did. As a young kid, I definitely followed. But in high school, partying comes. Like you said, you're in the limelight, so girls get thrown at you, parties get thrown at you, I was getting in the club at 15 years old, like, you know what I mean? So like, that, you know what I mean? Like, and my dad can't stop it because it's like, what, like, you know how that would go. Like, man, you keep me in the gym and this and that. So he has to let me expand. He never
let you explore, bro. It's because, like, you know, your dad gave you all of the juice and was like, hey, this is a route that we want to go, but realize I'm not going to stop you from going to party, but there's consequences.
Exactly.
So like, bro, that's amazing, because some dads, they'll be like, nah, bro, stick to it. You're not doing nothing else. He let you really live both sides. Because you talk about individuals, influencers that, you know, were in that limelight. They really didn't have those options available to where they can choose both, or, you know, one or the other. They had to stick with one.
It's insane.
It's
I
insane,
had the discipline,
bro.
and I had the partying too. Like, it's insane.
And you were still able to be, and this is a strong word, but I really believe it, but successful. You was really successful with it. You know, it may not be ultimate, the end goal. But okay, everybody else end goal from the outside looking in may not be as, you know, may not be exact as yours. Like, people tends to look at, okay, am I a Travis Scott on the internet to be successful? But how are you successful in your own world? You know, because you accomplished a lot. I'm gonna be honest. I ain't see not one, bro. I'm strictly honest. I ain't see not one clip from another kid growing up doing exactly what you've been doing. And I'm not saying for other kids to follow in your footsteps and go like that, but you did have that influence, and you still do. So it's like you're still carrying this weight on your shoulders from videos and you being an athlete from years ago. Like, bro, like, are y'all gonna stop and let me, like, really just be great? Like,
And I mean, to elaborate, you're 100% correct. Like, my definition of winning might not be your definition of winning, or her definition of winning, or you know, so and so's definition of winning. But I will say, my goal in life is definitely to make it to the NBA, but that's just a minor one. Like, I'd rather be a great person, and not rather, but I am a great person, and I will be a great person to everyone I love, and I will provide for the people that provided for me. You know what I mean? And the NBA is something I am going to strive for, something I will achieve, because honestly, something I really understand and starting to understand. If you really create a plan and really grind for something realistically, not delusionally, it's gonna happen. How is it not gonna happen? You understand? Like, everyone that's done something just did it, and did it the right way. They saw it they saw the vision and they created it, bro. I'm trying to tell you, there's so many rappers, like honestly, we run promotions on my page for rappers that want to get their stuff out there. The smaller rappers, or I put their music on my social media along with my basketball highlights and stuff like that for a small price. And a couple of those people that bought it have become famous, and not because of me, but they just happen to blow up. You know what I mean? So it's like, really, it's about creating the plan, following and being disciplined to the plan, and creating a realistic plan, first of all. You know what I mean? Having a realistic end goal, you know what I mean? And sticking to it. If you didn't reach your goal, you fell off track. It's not because you fell off because you weren't good enough, bro. You didn't do what you're supposed to do, bro. Something along the lines, you took a left, bro. Like, you really got to look for it. And I remember growing up too, bro. I used to watch, and I still do, Eric Thomas, huge motivational speaker. Me too.
And he always talked about, like, having the same 24 hours in a day. And that video that I saw that got him famous was he was explaining an athlete in I want to say it was an ocean, and he told him to come out there and just keep going further. And he was like, how bad do you want it? And he was like, if you want it as bad as you want to breathe, you'll be successful, bro. So, like, I'm thinking about it. It's like, okay, well, whether you look at me as being successful or not, my accomplishments and everything like that is amazing, because you look at, you know, for yourself, you know, you had a lot of negativity, but you also had a lot of positive behind it. But it's like, okay, you know, with the positive and the good information that you were putting out with kids on, okay, well, if I'm small, have this type of energy, because you was giving a lot of hope and a lot of courage to those other individuals that wasn't necessarily smaller, but even individuals like, okay, I'm about to go out and try to handle like him and cross up like him. Because I'm gonna be honest, bro, at your age, there's, you know, in your size, it was like, okay, this dude really got different handles. So it's like you had that positive influence regardless, bro. And it's like it almost like I feel as if the media definitely portrays everything in a different way, and they have a good influence, but they also have that bad influence, like you talked about.
And people, like, to elaborate what you're saying, man, you're a great guy. It's the first time meeting you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? This is like one of the first times shaking your hands. You know what I mean? And I really appreciate good people. You know what I mean? So that's why, you know, like, God puts people in positions on purpose, man. This didn't happen for zero reason.
Right.
I promise you didn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It really didn't. And to really, man, like, it's just about, like, I don't know, man. Like, honestly, I'm kind of, what did you say last so I can elaborate on it?
Yeah, so it's
bad.
like, you know, no, you're good. It's like when you have that positive type influence too, you also have that negative.
Yes.
But your positive obviously has to weigh, you know, overweigh that negative.
Yes.
So it's like, how did you deal with that positive? Because like I said, you got those kids out there that was even adults, teenagers that was like, okay, forget all the negative. He's doing something good. Like, he's giving hope for the smaller generation to where
even if
like,
they said it off screen.
Yeah, like, bro, for real. So it's like, how do you, you know, how do you really plan on, you know, at a young age, like, okay, I got to give out positivity, because you talking about ignoring the media. How did you really portray that positive? How did you keep that positive mindset?
True. Great question, man. Honestly, it, like I said, people like you honestly kept me going as well. Like, my father's a great guy, and honestly preach positivity. I mean, we'd be in, a situation down 30, like, we're coming back to win.
Yeah.
You know, that's the type of guy he is. Like, to be in a, you know, like, if the guy was broke, he wouldn't be broke no more. You know what I mean? The guy's a manifestation king.
Right.
So, I mean, to elaborate on that, to piggyback off that, just the positive stuff really kept me going. It was more of like a medal of appreciation of work, you know, a pat on the back for what I was doing, or like keep going, you know what I mean? That's how the positive. It never really got me to where I was like, I was perceived as arrogant. Yeah. Yes, but I mean, I never wanted to be the arrogant kid. Everyone knows that if they had a real deep conversation with me as a child, I was really soft spoken. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I never let nobody bully me or nothing like that. But I mean, I have a huge heart, you know, and not to really brag on myself, but I mean, I never took the positivity as like, oh, you got it made, you're going to the NBA. But of course, I mean, I still believe to this day I'm going to the NBA, and it's not delusion. It's what am I gonna do moving forward to do that? To get that done.
No, that's amazing, bro. Because you still got that same energy and that same passion that you had, you know, at a young age. Yes, but now it's even deeper, and you're more wiser. You know a lot of things. You know, obviously a different route, went a different route. You know a lot more information than obviously what you knew then. So it's like you still having that dream, and I truly believe, and I don't say something that obviously I wouldn't mean. I truly believe you can actually make it, bro. Whether it's, you know, you going back to a college route, or you know, skipping straight and going to the draft, or whatever the case is, whatever route and everything you decide, bro. Like you said, if you stick your mind up, because you already got that blueprint set.
Yes, sir.
You just gotta, you know, get there yourself.
My dad hasn't changed the blueprint. It's me, but it's been me, like, you know what I mean, falling into not being negative. I've been negative on myself. I'm not gonna. I'm gonna be real with you and with the world, because you know, it'll help people. I've been negative. Thought, oh, you ain't doing this, man. You too small. I've thought those things. Yeah, that's normal. That's normal. But in reality, bro, it's not true. Like, you're too small if you think you're too small. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah, you're too small to go down there with the bigs. Yeah. And lay it up like a normal person. Yeah, but there's a way around this shit. You know what I mean? There's a way to play basketball at a small stature, bro. Pierre Jackson, Isaiah Thomas, Muggsy Bogues, Spud Webb. They didn't make it because they're because God dropped them here and said, okay, you're the one. Nah, bro, they believed. They got a strong foundation. Yeah. And I mean, they put the work in, bro. Right. You know, like as a small guard, this is a random comment to small guards that are even in high school. Work on your legs, man. Get your legs big. This is one thing I neglected. You know what I mean? I worked on my legs, but not as much as I should have. Yeah. Another thing I wish I would have done. And something I'm doing. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. Yeah.
No, that's amazing, bro, because you still got your goal goals set. And I think sometimes people in life get complacent. They get too comfortable about being, and this is where it gets a little deeper. But a lot of times people, they like being average. They like being average to where it's comfortable because they're scared of improvement.
Very funny, yes.
Bro, like for real, they're scared of improvement, bro.
Bro, I had a friend that said, sorry to cut you off, but I had a friend that said, and you know, this is around when I was big in the media. Yeah. Maybe my life made him understand what he wanted. Yeah. He said he wanted a regular job. He was really good at basketball. This guy, he grew up on my street. Yeah. Like, I'm talking about great height, length. Yeah. NBA player. But just was lazy. Yeah. Said, I'm working, get a regular job. I want to be a regular person. I don't want to.
Bro, you know, like, man, look, and this is definitely a God talking through us, right? And this is straight facts. Mm-hmm. And I'm gonna ask you a question, right? You ain't never watched none of my videos, right?
No, sir.
Never. The same video that I just posted, I said some of the best athletes that I know came from the hood. Yes. Like where I grew up at. Yes. I was like, bro, if these dudes actually have a shot, they just gotten that shot given to them, you know, went to a different camp, or they'll be NBA players. Like 100%. Some of the best hoopers I know are like, they really were gangbangers. Like, I'm gonna be honest, but these motherfuckers, they was lazy. Yeah. They didn't have that drive and that passion. So you still have that in you. Yeah. You ever thought about like being a coach or anything like that? Or you feel like, you can do it, but that's not my plan.
Yeah, I mean, well, definitely that's definitely gonna be one day, man. Yeah. I want to try to start an AE team here soon. Yeah. Maybe not coach myself, but just because I'm still on the basketball grind. Yeah. Like I said, you're gonna see me playing. Like I have plans that I can't announce at the moment. Yeah. Only because they're, just premature and I can't announce it. But
anything can happen.
I will be playing college basketball next year for sure. Yeah. This coming up, this year I'm playing college basketball. Okay. I can't say where yet. Yeah. But I need, I mean, bro, honestly, you could say this is just off topic. I have one of the best high school careers ever. Facts. When you look at the numbers, when you look at everything, right? Shit, so that go ahead. So that right there, just alone, like, people that wasn't enough for people. Yeah. So I got to go to college, right? And show my ass 1 year. Yeah. And I'm gonna do what I said I was gonna do. I'm gonna do what my dad planned. I'm gonna do what I planned, and I'm really gonna lock in. And I veered off track a few times, and it's been a few years. I'm getting back to it now, bro. It's been 3 years. Yeah. COVID. Ever since COVID. A little before COVID, I mentally just checked out when it came to basketball, and when it came to, I lost purpose, bro. Yeah. You feel me? How you lose purpose when you got parents that really are telling you purpose every day? Yeah. How? I don't know. Great question, bro. You know what I mean? And it's a little ungrateful, some people would say, I guess. But I mean, people go through some things, you know what I mean? Yeah. Not even, it be self-inflicted. Yeah. You might put yourself through it. But it's really just, no matter how much time you wasted, bro, it's never done. Yeah, right? No, until you say it's done. Until God says it's done.
Bro, that's amazing that you're saying that, because sometimes people, like we said, from the outside looking in, may think that it's selfish, but you got to think you're still human. Yeah. Our parents are not always going to walk us through everything. So for people to think that I can't have a mess up, or I can't be distracted, or I can't get sidetracked, you're delusional. Like I'm gonna mess up. Yes. And I look at it as like, okay, I don't know the dude life story. I saw him. All I knew was, from watching you on the internet, like dead ass. I never went to a game, never talked to you at all. So I'm like, bruh, like all I seen was from the internet, and I had my own perspective. I ain't never thought negative. I'm like, okay, this dude cold. Like this dude can dribble. Like this dude shooting from half court, bullseye motherfuckers. And y'all over here talking about, oh, he shouldn't be shooting like that. Yeah. But then no disrespect to Steph Curry, he the one that got motherfuckers like that. Yeah. You look at the influence. Yes, bro. Like you got mugs that was really out there doing that before you. Yes. But now I'm being looked at as a bad individual. Yeah. So whatever your goal is, whatever your future plan is, bro, I hope it is definitely successful for sure. Because I'm gonna be one watching, brother, because that's amazing, because it just goes to show that your grind never stopped. It may your direction may have got altered a little bit, but your game plan stayed 10 toes on that path.
And even if it's self-infliction, bro, you can still come back from it, bro. Yeah. Even if you do it to yourself. Yeah, you feel me? Even if you make a decision you're supposed to make. Accountability is understanding what you did and moving forward. My problem is still talking about how I ain't jump rope.
Yeah. I mean,
Get over that, nigga, and start jump roping.
Them little things though may have a huge impact though.
Exactly.
You not jump roping and doing what you feel like that you should have did.
Bro, when I was in 11th grade, I was grabbing women and getting hung on dunks. I was.
Bro,
getting hung on dunks.
Crazy.
Bro, I got my heart broke after that. Probably stopped working on my bounce. I can't really tell you what happened.
But you know.
I almost was dunking in 11th grade. Like, really getting up there, bro. And that's, and it's, dunking wouldn't have made me get to where I wanted to get. But a lot of times, and this is something I wanted to always say, LeBron and Kobe's career, all these people, that is the reason I get hated on. I feel like they got it, almost a perfect career. As in, like, they went through, LeBron didn't have a father. You know what I mean? They went through, I'm not talking about that. But what I mean is, LeBron's 18 years old, he's 6 what? I don't know how tall LeBron was at 18 years old. And it was all made, right? He had the height, the athleticism.
Everything.
He was made to play basketball and made to be LeBron James.
Right.
So that type of thought is like, okay, Julian Newman in high school, he's supposed to come out and go right to the NBA, and everybody has a different path, bro.
Right.
Some people came from JUCO and went to the NBA. Some people came from D3 basketball and went to the NBA.
Jimmy Butler. He went to a college that my older brother went to, Tyler, Texas.
Okay.
And Jimmy Butler went to, that was a JUCO.
Yeah.
And you look at his life story and how he,
Think about that.
It don't matter which route you go. Okay, you may not come straight out of high school to the NBA, but you got a lot of people that went to the G League first. And then
exactly.
I'm going to be honest, bro, and I look at it like this, and this is just my opinion about sports. I like more college basketball than professional, just because they still hungry. They got something to prove. It's more of that. Okay, I'm about to come on the court and really get this, this gritty type, style to where they about to really focus on grinding and getting to the league. So like I look at the NBA, they're almost soft, bro. Like, don't get me wrong, but I'm gonna ask you a question though, and I want you to be honest. Who in the NBA right now, 1-on-1, you feel like give work? Like for real. And I'm gonna say 1-on-1, I'd say should be played 3 dribbles. Okay. And that's how I feel. That's my opinion. We can play on limited, but that's fine. But 3 dribbles, I feel like I can compete with anyone. Yeah. But realistically, who I'm calling now, Kyrie. Kyrie, I think me and Kyrie get at it. Me and him can get at it. Hey, I'm gonna be honest. Before you even said that, I'm thinking like, okay, who does this dude game remind me of? Because you're so like athletic with it's almost like geometry with how you look at the ball, and you can make it go a certain way and things like that, right? So, hey, Kyrie, you got 6 days to respond, my boy. I'm gonna say this real fast, bro. This is different off topic. And I will say, like Rob Dillingham and all these guys coming up, right? Yep. All these guys you see coming up. You see the NBA players like bringing them up almost like helping them work out. Helping them. Where was this at? Bro. I got hate from NBA players, bro. I as a kid, gang, and I don't even mean to use that word because I don't, you know what I mean? But I'm saying like, bro, as a kid, Gilbert Arenas, not even call him out, man. Good dude, we cool now. But Gilbert Arenas used to comment on my post. On some hating stuff. Bro. Yeah. Hating, gang, hating. Really hating. Talking about, oh, he played bad. I was 11 years old, bro. 11. Talking about, oh, that's no competition. That's a small school. That's a 2A school you're playing that. Like, why you getting mad at me for things 11. That's in front of me? Like, I can control. All right, let me at 11 years old go talk to the school board. Like, put me in a different bracket. Stop. How about, and not even to bring up stuff that's not supposed to be talked about, but what if that, what would that do to an 11-year-old kid's mind? Right, it'll ruin them. As a guy with influence, it's the fact I still remember it to this day is a problem. Yeah, you know what I mean? Facts. A guy with influence, a guy with such game and such gifted abilities, to be commenting on a kid who's you're supposed to hold his hand. I'm 11. You could shape whatever you want to shape. Yeah. You want to come in and make Julian Newman a different person, you could have. Facts. I was 11, still shaping who I am. Yeah, you feel so for you to judge about and say he's this, he's that, he's still becoming a person. Facts. And you feel like, not to cut you off, my bad, but good. You feel like the open hands that's given now to up and coming basketball players wasn't there for you. It was almost a complete opposite. Opposite, and nobody would know that but you though. So nobody can have this opinion. Like nobody else's opinion can matter because whether any NBA come out after this and say, "Oh no, we was actually there to help them," the way that you took it is what all matters.
They weren't there to help,
wasn't
bro.
there, bro.
Nobody, bro. And I'm talking about not one NBA player. And I ain't calling out the NBA. All respect to them. You're the best at what y'all do. The best league in the world. Y'all great people. You know, you put on for your cities. You give to charity. You do what you do. No hate towards anybody individually. No hate towards Gilbert Arenas. I wish all the success to everybody. But you're 100% correct, bro. It was the opposite of what they're doing today. They almost was like, nah, we don't want this. This kid has a father that's great. I don't even know if I had a great family. I had it all or something. Yeah. Can he not have more?
Right.
You know, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm where I am. I'm not in the NBA at the moment. Yeah. And some people, you know, I mean, in reality, you know, we've made a staple in life, but I will say I do nothing but want to help somebody. You know, people around me will say somebody's trash or somebody's this. Bro, what do you mean he's trash? How about you give that person fucking advice? And get them better. He's not trash. Fuck is you talking about?
I'm gonna speak on it. I'm not trying to obviously talk about their family, but you look at the time span and age group of you growing up. How come it was so different for LaMelo and them, right? You talk about how their dad shaped their life.
Yes.
Your dad was equivalent, kind of doing the same thing, if not even on a higher level.
Yes.
But they got a whole TV show out of it to where NBA players was helping them. But now you're looked at as a bad person for that. Man, I'm telling you right now.
I don't know. I really don't know. Because they're you know what I mean? It goes to show that there's not a lot of real people in the league, dog. You know? And I mean internally. Yeah. I mean, you could give money to somebody, you can be real, you could do this, but I'm not really downing nobody for not helping out. Right. But I've said I definitely didn't need a negativity.
It's not downing, but it's like, why? Like
it's like, well, I definitely didn't need negativity. Or how about you DM me? Because never DM me personally. Yeah. Always commented publicly. Never DM me personally on how can we get you to okay, maybe you don't believe I can make it to the NBA at my size. Right. But how can I have a successful career somewhere? How about that?
That's facts.
I just don't like I said, I'm not down on myself. Yeah. Never in my life, bro. I'm gonna be who I said I'm gonna be. Bro, I will get paid to play basketball.
I like that because you speaking that, and these are people. This is actually an individual that I met, and I had the chance of working with for a little bit. Chad Ochocinco, how he's not in the Hall of Fame, how he always talks about like I'm supposed to be in the Hall of Fame. Yeah. He believes that, you know. And I don't know his career from other than looking at numbers and film.
Me neither.
But bro, this dude talk about it every day. Like, I got robbed of being in the Hall of Fame. Wow. So you got robbed, you know, from certain aspects, whatever you may feel like. But it's like, why are things being looked at as bad when I'm doing it, but good when another person doing it? It's not looking up at my hands out, feed me type shit, you know, slap me on the back. But it's like, bro, if you're gonna talk about it, let's talk about it. Like, you know, don't be over here trying to play both sides with these NBA players. That's why, bro, I'm telling you, I would have had a different energy.
And for instance, we talk about Gilbert Arenas, not even to talk about him. Yeah. How about Isaiah Thomas or, even Pierre Jackson or anybody small that's been far. Yeah. You know, Tiny Nate Archibald, actually, he hit me up not too long ago. Yeah. Trying to do something. You know, he's the only one. But I will say, even the guards that made it overseas that small, how can you not reach out and try to put your hands on this and help out, you know?
Like, at least help,
you know? And I'm not saying I needed help, but I'm saying what I do, like today I just started, I traded a young girl along with my girlfriend. We both, and my dad, we all trained and helped the little girl develop basketball. I believe she's going to be a really, like, the next Caitlin Clark, you know what I mean? Like,
that's coming from home right there. Hold on, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. That's my home right there in Iowa. But look, I'm gonna be honest. No shade to her, but I'm a different fan, bro. But
I feel like she moved like a girl, as I'm gonna say, and that has nothing. And that's not sexist. What I'm saying is, to be the best girl basketball player ever, you got to move like a man. Yeah. She shoots from half court. Yeah. But you know the girl from South Carolina, the 9th grader? Yeah. I forgot her name. but she moved like a man.
Hey,
I mean like
hey,
smoothness,
yeah.
the wiggle.
It's
and
different.
Don't try to turn this sexist nothing.
None of that. Like, he's speaking facts. Y'all can't get mad. Like, he's speaking facts. Like, and I can't speak on that because I'm not in that basketball energy.
Yeah.
I'm not in that basketball world like him. But I get what you mean because definitely, you got to have a different mentality, a different type of, energy when you're on that court to where you can stand out because there's too many lookalikes.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my dad's main point.
Yeah.
He said at 5'4", everyone used to you gotta pass the ball. You gotta come down, run this play.
Yeah.
My dad's like, you're 5'5". Yeah. How in the world are you gonna come down and run a play like someone who's 6'3",
bro?
Right,
I'm gonna be honest, bro. You look taller in person. You taller in person,
bro.
dog.
Okay, no, I say 5'5", but I think I'm like 5'6", 5'7". Yeah. You know what I mean? Taller in person is what a lot of people say.
I thought you was about to pull a Kai Sinet, man.
Yeah.
I'm 6'1".
Nah, but I mean, like, I will say, bro, at this size, you gotta stand out. My dad always told me that. You can't just be a regular point guard, a college point guard. He always said that.
Yeah.
Like, just pass the ball, run the play, and just don't score no points because I'm small as fuck, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, let's be realistic. In basketball, I'm small.
Yeah, fact.
Like, hella small. Like you said, 6'3".
Yeah.
Steph Curry's small in basketball. And that's just basketball. But, I mean, believe that shit if you want to believe it, bro. If you can hoop, bro.
Yeah.
And, I mean, hoop in the right way. I can hoop. I can score the ball in 2-3 dribbles. Yeah. People don't know that. I don't display it well. Well, guess what? The next couple of years, you will see. Like, I'm going to be an efficient basketball player. I played for a while, and I mean, bro, honestly, when it's said and done, I'm gonna do what I said I'm gonna do, man, and I will be one of the best guards to play under 6 foot for sure. Yeah, 100%.
Oh no, bro, I believe it. You because you hungry. Yeah, that's really what it comes down to. Because you already have that talent. You already are in that process of still improving and doing what you already improving on what you already have, and just overall your best basketball skills. They haven't went nowhere. It's only up. You can't really bro. Tell me I saw Eric Thomas say this one time. Bro, when I learn how to read, I dare you to put a book in front of me and say, I can't read it. Bro, you're not gonna forget. You're not going to forget everything that you and your dad went through. It just goes to show that you're still hungry, bro. And I truly believe it because your energy is definitely different, bro. Yes, sir. And you're hungry when it comes to that. So, your next phase in life, you're starting that, like you said, training an individual and things like that too as well. So, bro, it's only up.
And I feel like the biggest gift a person can give to the world is inspiration, man. Yeah. And like teaching people what your experiences you went through. Yeah, people can hear that and that could help them, bro. To get it done. Yeah, like not everybody has the answer. Yeah.
We talking about struggles. It's like everybody has them. Everybody has them struggles to where it'll either make you or break you. Mm-hmm. You never let all of that negativity come at you in that way to where it was going to break you. Yeah. Whether people may seem like, oh, you flopped or whatever they saying on social media, bro, stop it. Yeah. But I still got that energy. Like, I'll give you the work on the court. All you got to do is message me. Don't comment, motherfucker. Message me. I'll come to your city, drop 20 and leave. That's it. For real. So you still got that mindset. So you talked about your next journey, obviously without telling too much. What is your next journey?
Next year, I'll be playing college basketball this year in 2024. Yeah. I can't, just say the college just cause.
Yeah, don't do that.
a lot of times, you let people know your news early, and just the devil tries to destroy it. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I believe in locking it in. And when it happens, it'll happen, Yeah. And I'll announce it when the time comes. But more probably just people will see what's going on, just because people like to mess things up, Yeah,
facts. No, people, you got them haters out there that'll try to
personally off camera. You know where I'm going. Yeah. But man. I mean, that's the goal, just to do college basketball, just for highlights, not to down college basketball. I mean, that's the most enjoyable basketball. In my opinion, college basketball. Yeah. NBA is cool, but March Madness, I mean, I've never tuned into the TV like how I am now. Yeah. So respect to March Madness, respect to all college basketball players. And I'll be playing college basketball this year, 2024. And, expect the same dog,
Facts.
the same character. But you know,
I'm gonna come out to some
new and
games,
approved.
dog. I'm gonna come out to some games.
Yeah.
That's a fact, and I don't say something that I usually don't mean.
Yeah.
But if you, a couple more questions for you.
I'm here all night, man.
But if you had one person that you want to be coached by, other than your dad, who would it be?
At growing up, it was John Calipari.
For real?
That's who it was growing up. But
Got
now,
that old soul.
and there's somebody who I forgot to tell you. You said role model growing up, or superhero, or my hero. Obviously, my father. Obviously, Kobe was a good example. Rest in peace. But Floyd Mayweather was a huge bro.
He out here. He's out here. You ever talk to him?
Yeah. He be invite me to these little private runs he does and stuff like that. And but he don't understand what he did for me as a kid. Honestly, I don't know how I forgot, bro. That was a bigger influence to me than Kobe was.
Yeah.
Not even to down Kobe. And Kobe's the best basketball player to ever play. And that's my opinion. I said it. Kobe the best basketball player to ever play. But not even because he passed. I felt like that from a long time ago. Yeah. My sister's room was purple and gold. That's how much we love Kobe.
Right.
You know? But I said to say, what the hell was I saying?
your role models. Other
My
than
role
your
model,
dad.
yes, Floyd Mayweather, bro. I don't know how I forgot that. I used to sit in the room on my stomach, pause, whatever, just because nowadays you young kids say pause for everything. But I sit there on my stomach watching Floyd Mayweather, all his videos on YouTube. Yeah. Every single video, probably until 2018, I've seen every single video.
Yeah.
I mean, his motivational videos, his bragging about his cars, and all that was motivation to me because people hated on him. I feel like God was preparing me to deal with the hate.
Right.
You know, my dad we've always dealt with hate, even before I was in the limelight. You know, I was always the shorter guy. I was always the over dribbled. I always took too many shots. But really, it's just I always stuck out, and people didn't like that. But Floyd Mayweather was my biggest role model as a kid, and I mean, I'm cool with his sons, great kids, great dudes. But even he's a great individual, man. I mean, he pays for so many people's lives. People don't give him credit for it. Yeah. And I know just because he doesn't have a wife and he doesn't have a traditional family, I mean, people like to not down him. I mean, he's winning. But I will say he's a great soul, world, bro. Yeah. Best athlete to do it, the richest athlete to do it. But honestly, he's a great soul. He paid for everybody. I mean, we go out to eat with them. He's paying for everything, and that's what he's supposed to do. But I mean, he told me. I told him, look. He said, "What's your plan?" This is in 2020. Yeah. I said, "I'm, planning to go overseas, planning to do this, but I'm taking a little time off." He said, "If you want to be the best ever, there's no time off."
Facts.
He told me that in my face. Yeah. Ever since then, I weigh like 150. Then I weigh 135 now. That was 2 years ago. You know what I mean? Like, just honestly, the
grind was different.
A guy like that telling me. He is the guy who reached out and
you talked about it though. You talked about it. That was the type of help that you was looking for from Gilbert Arenas.
From anybody who would have commented. If you're gonna comment at all, comment respectfully. Comment to help me out. Comment to lift the kid up. Right. Now I believe Gilbert Arenas' kid goes to a small private school and plays. He talked about how small of a school I went to, but his children go to a small school.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
Now you talk about his children. They got glory to them. I want them to be successful as can be. Yeah. Hope they make it to the NBA. Don't try to spin this any way you don't want. It's not like that. Yeah. I'm saying it makes zero sense why you would do that. You know, and some people are going through it mentally at the time, or some people have kids and they wish they could make their kid like that. And I can't say what people are going through in the moment, but I will say just. If you have an influence or any type of following, please use that to lift people up. Yeah, that's you don't know what people are going through, man. Yeah. You don't know how somebody feels. You don't know. You really don't know what happened that day, man. And I will say, mental health. That's amazing, bro. Mental health is something that's like really like made fun of. It is, and it's like almost like, oh, you see it there. I don't see a therapist. Just to put that out there, but I mean, if somebody does see a therapist, what does it seem like? Yeah. Like he's weak, right? Like he's like something wrong with him. No, But in reality, all your favorite artists, all your favorite NBA players see therapists, man. Yeah. They like to talk about mental health, but bro, you got to talk to somebody. Whether it's going to church, whether it's talking to God at night, whether it's having a good family. If you don't, you got to find some type of good positive energy. You can't hang around this negative stuff, bro. And I will say, I was hanging around friends and even family members that hate on me. I have a family member, bro, that I'm not gonna call him out, that hates on me. Yeah, a couple family members that hate on me, you know, and it's like, why?
What? For what? Like, come on now.
You know, and that just puts it out there just to say, I mean, people just are born with some hate, man.
Yeah.
You can't even question it. You can't ask God about it.
Yeah, you can't change that.
Move forward. Keep going.
Yeah, you can't. No, I love it, bro, because, man, like I said, your mindset is different. Your energy is different to where you're going to be successful, and that's all that matters. It doesn't matter what anybody else think. All you want to do is continue just to be yourself. You have this outside world that people are tending to forget.
Yeah.
Like the social media portray you to be this bad image, bro, and I don't see it like at all, not one bit. Like it's all cap to me. Like
I appreciate that.
And that's coming from a 27-year-old.
It's real love,
like because you know you in a different age group for sure, but your mindset's up there with with my age group in a way, or where it should be, I should say, because my age group, these motherfuckers different. Like for real.
Bro. I mean, even talking to you, you are put together 27-year-old. You know, it sounds today. What they say, bro, people don't get it together for a long time. You know, feel me? So you inspire me as well, man.
Yeah,
the
I
fact
appreciate
that you
that.
respect the person who's seen it in a negative light, and any person who's got a chance to throw negative shade on it has done it. Yeah. You know, so I'd say, man, like, you keep going what you're doing too as well.
No, I appreciate that. You. I appreciate that because, like, when I first started this kind of podcast movement, I didn't know where I was going to go with it. I just was listening to God, and God's been telling me for so long to get my story, out there, and, a little bit about myself, because we never really had that heart-to-heart conversation. But like I tell everybody else, growing up, I saw a lot of, my mom committing suicide. My dad's been in prison ever since I was 9. My sister getting molested right in front of me. Murder happened right in front of me. Losing some of my best friends to gun violence. I saw all of that more often than not. 365 days a year out of the year, I saw that probably about 300. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Wow. And so I saw all of that, negativity to where mentally I'm like, okay, I love hearing other people's story, because mentally I almost gave up, bro. Not like suicidal gave up, but I gave up to where I'm like, I don't know how else to keep going. I don't know. But bro, God like found me right away. Wow. Got involved in the church. My pastor to this day, she always told me, like, tell my story. Like, go tell my story, because I grew up in I didn't grow up in a 2-parent household. Okay. I grew up in my grandmother raised me, which she's still around, but I'm 27, but I'm old school, bro. Yeah. So, and not only that, but I have 4 kids. Yeah. I got 2 in the back room over there knocked out right now, but I got 4 kids, and I had my oldest is 9. Wow. So you do the math, when you was over there crossing mugs up, shooting threes from half court. I was, bro, at that age, I was having my first child. So we talked about lifestyles, mindset, and influences, bro. Me personally, I didn't waste my 1% chance of going to the NBA or NFL or having my role model be LeBron or anything. Like, some of my role models growing up was, obviously my granny. My granny is my number 1 role model, bro. Like, I'm talking about 10, like, bro, I'm telling you, if I had to pick between her and my wife, obviously my granny, like, bro, it's like, it's deep with it.
She raised your people, and you,
she raised me. She still, bro, it's crazy because she's still in a way raising some of her kids to this day. And my granny, some of her kids are 40s, 50s, and she raising 2 of them, to be specifically. I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, she's raising 2 of them. Not taking anything from my mom, but like, coming home every day, seeing her get drunk, alcohol abuse, bro. So we talking about 2 different lifestyles, and how struggles still made us be somewhat successful in life, So, bro, it's amazing that God definitely connected us. Definitely thanking Him, because I wouldn't even been in this position to even communicate with you if it wasn't for Him. And He was definitely,
he's a great kid as well,
bro,
man.
It's amazing, because he was like, bro, I think it'll be a great idea. We bring him on. I was like, bro, 100%. Let's get it, because I'm authentic. I'm not just obviously putting everything out there in a bad way, but I love hearing people's stories.
No, and me as well, man. The testimony has really motivated me. I went to a Christian school, and every time someone gave their testimony, I was excited, bro. Yeah. Not to hear someone's pain, but to hear how they got through it. Yeah. To hear how they endured the pain. To hear how they got like hearing somebody overcome a pain story is like
Yeah.
like you gonna make me cry, right?
Yeah.
What you
Nah,
been through? 'Cause what you been through is not.
Yeah.
It's not okay. It's not
No,
supposed to happen.
it's definitely
you know
not,
what I mean?
bro.
It's something that's like. I mean, a Quiet on the Set on you seen the Quiet on the Set documentary with Drake
Yeah,
and
bro.
Josh.
That's sad.
Bro, that shit broke me. Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, cause like, I mean, I didn't go through none of that, but
Yeah.
like, I mean, hearing kid abuse in the media is true, you
Yeah.
know. And I mean, I didn't experience none of that, but I mean, man, I used to watch Drake and Josh. They like every day. Like my dad used to watch it with me. Like,
Bro.
to hear that he was being
Abused.
messed with and
Yeah.
abused at that age while I was watching that
Yeah.
is sick and insane. And I mean, forgive me, but I think Nickelodeon needs to be shut down. Like, that's insane.
You
Like,
gotta think, like you said, like, bro, the lifestyle and what got us through it. Those shows helped a lot of people, whether it was just comedy or it had a lot of people it had that influence to other kids. Like, okay, I'm looking up to something. You feel me? I'm coming home. I'm looking up to something. And I'm gonna be honest. What got me through it, bro, is definitely my granny. Because she's a Christian, bro. I'm talking about diehard Christian.
Yes.
And what makes her a Christian is she'll tell you all of her flaws before all of her positive, and that's what makes her a Christian, bro.
Yeah.
She is not the fact that she can recite the whole Bible, bro.
Nope.
I'm gonna tell you all of my flaws, and I'm gonna walk out the room laughing.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, bro. So my two older kids, and this is where I get nitty gritty with it, but my two older kids, obviously, is by a separate baby mama, and then my wife now is with my two younger kids. That 7-8-year-old relationship that me and my first, the mother of my kids had, taught me a lot. It taught me what to avoid. Even though that I was, maybe I put myself in certain situations too as well. It wasn't necessarily just my outcome. Not throwing shade specifically at her, but I'm speaking facts because it's my story. But it taught me of who not to be around. And that's coming from the mother of my kids, and that's, I'm being respectful about it, but it taught me who not to be around, because that's an evilish person, bro. I'm gonna be honest, bro. And what helped me now is my wife sitting right there on the couch. Like, it's nice, bro. where I'll come and hug her and be like, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm crying for, but I'm hugging you,
man.
Like, for real.
Yeah,
so
bro, I feel that, bro.
Seeing your journey and you're still energetic on being something that you dreamed of as a kid, and you're still trying to accomplish that, bro. It's amazing. We definitely got to link up outside of in this
man,
environment,
you my man, bro. Don't even worry about
it. That's amazing, because like I seen all this negativity and everything, and you're still pushing. That's a struggle, because not everybody will. A lot of people, I'm gonna be honest, in this generation will fold when they see all that negative, feedback. This person said this on Twitter. Oh, I'm about to go cry. I'm about to go commit suicide. God forbid. But you had this mindset of, okay, my dad's here, my mom's here. There's nothing for me to complain about.
Nothing.
Nothing.
In reality, that's it. It's the fact
That's
you can
amazing.
hoop. You have all your limbs to be able to be. I used to be like, if you get dropped, you get crossed. Oh man, and the fact you can get crossed and get dropped, bro, be grateful.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. There's a guy with this.
It may look bad,
there's
but,
a
bro,
dude with no limbs, bro. That's wishing to walk, bro.
Yeah.
And like, you don't realize that till you're older, but bro, until you realize how blessed you is just being alive, bro, it's crazy. I ain't gonna lie, because God's real, and people die at young ages, bro. And the fact that we here, we special or something, bro. People die every day. Like, that's what I'm saying.
Day,
like, it gotta be some type
second.
of blessing, bro.
It is, and I think
accidents happen every day. This happens every day,
bro. It's
and
amazing.
the fact that we avoid it all, or I get in a car accident and don't get hurt.
Yeah.
Come on, bro. It ain't nothing but God, bro. And I'm not even trying to preach a religion. I'm trying to preach this a higher power that you have to abide by, bro.
You have to, whether y'all want to accept it or not, bro. Like, God is real. God is definitely real, and whether you want Him in your life then, like, or now, like, you gonna face the fact one day. Like, with me, that with us in general, that's different. Like, God, like with this podcast, like, in general, I didn't start it for financial benefits. I'm financially well. I'm not, living in the best mansion, or I'm living in an apartment.
But you can tell, man.
I'm definitely financially with kids now,
100%.
at a young age, financially stable. But with this whole podcast thing, I wanted to hear other people's story and put it out to where other people can listen to it and take little bits and pieces of it. Like, okay, if this person can say it, then okay, let me at least tell my story. Let me do what I need to do to move forward. So, bro,
you will make it. You will be a big podcast.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, I don't care what nobody say. That's not just because you're a fan of me.
Yeah.
It's because of your energy, bro. Whether
Facts.
you get a random person say, "Hey, I want you to come on my podcast. I give you this deal."
Yeah.
Whatever it is,
love,
you're gonna
dog.
be a talk show guy. You feel
Yeah,
me?
no, I appreciate the love, bro. I
100%.
appreciate that, bro. Like I said, man, it's amazing. It was definitely a blessing having you, bro, too, as well. Your story is amazing, too. Like, your journey is not done yet. You know, whether they feel like it is, whether they feel like, oh, you're this bad person, bro, stop the cap. Like, I'm telling you, and this is coming from someone y'all probably never even met either, as in myself.
Yeah.
Sitting next to this dude, bro, it's amazing. Your heart is where it's supposed to be at.
Yeah.
The ones that's giving this bad advice or influence are the ones that don't got God in their life, bro. So keep doing what you're doing, you know, keep grinding. I look forward to you playing in college, bro. I'm definitely coming to your games because it's something to where I'm like, okay, I know the meaning of when you stepping on that floor. Now, you know, hearing your story and your background, I know the meaning of you stepping on that floor now. So it's going to mean so much more than just going to see a LeBron that don't even shake everybody's hand in the stands. There's nothing wrong with, you know, LeBron. I'm not throwing shade, but it means different, you know. So when LeBron go back to his school that he built, it means different, you know, than going to a school that he never been to before. So that's all I'm saying. You know, for anybody out there, before we end the podcast off, what would your advice be to any young, upcoming athletes, individual young men? What would your advice be to them?
Man, and I like to say, you know, listen to your parents, and that's a scary comment to make, right? Because not every parent is a great parent. And I will say you have to listen to your parents because that's just what you have to do. It's a commandment by God, right? Listen to your parents, no matter what, I guess. You know what's right and wrong, I guess, at a certain age. But I pray everybody has, you know, good enough parents to, you know, push them in the right way. But social media is showing me that not everybody does, man. It's like people are having kids young, and it's 2024, and it's really sad. That's why you to ask me that, I really appreciate your questions, bro. Because it's nothing but inspiring the youth, bro. And that's honestly, like, I've been trying to find a way to do that. You know what I mean? Like, because it's like, it's so sick, like, going on. Like, people are, I don't know, not to talk about the negative, but the positive. I definitely listen to your parents, and you know, whether you're in the Muslim religion, Christianity, or whatever it is, bro, there is a higher power, and I'm not downing anybody. I believe the Muslim religion, they follow their religion like no other. So I have so much respect for them. And for any of the Jews, I mean, my dad's part Jewish. He's half Jewish. His mother was Jewish. But I say that to say I support all religions. And, you know, if you really look at all religions, it's sort of similar. They believe in a higher power. You know what I mean? And it's different in certain ways. But I will say, you know, invest in a church. You know what I mean? Go to a church. It sounds crazy. When I was a kid, you don't need to go to church. You don't need to. You know why you need to go to church? Because the worldly things are coming at you, bro. Especially living where we live. We live in Las Vegas, Nevada. We need extra protection, bro. I'm not talking about weapons. I'm not talking about...
Bro, man, it's the devil's territory, bro. It's different.
This is one of the worst states and cities ever.
You got so much around us.
And I'm not talking about... It could be killings, but I'm not even talking about that. I'm talking about, you know, the everything. You know what I mean? So, you know, invest in a church. Like, my grandmother's a very godly woman. Your grandmother's a very godly woman. You listen to your grandma, you know what I mean? And really just, like, you know what's right or wrong. God gonna give you a feeling, you feel me? So just listen to the higher powers and really invest into a community, in a church, in a friend group that's really pushing you forward, man. Because a lot of people, you know, substance abuse, temptation, what they call it, temptation or peer pressure. All that plays a factor, and you laugh at it being a kid. But in reality, what your people are saying, don't do this, don't do that. I mean, you gon' get a time where you offer alcohol when you're not of age. You gon' get a time where you offer to go to the club and you're not supposed to. You gon' get a time where you gon', you know what I mean, when when you supposed to do something you're not supposed to do, man. When you do something you're not supposed to do and you know it's wrong, just
Facts.
follow your heart, man. Like,
Yeah.
you know, and grind for something. Think about your future.
Yeah.
Like, I wasted a lot of money. Yeah, man. You feel me? I will say, like, spending money feels evil. You know, it feels evil because you got a family. You got a grandpa that could have used that. He want a truck. You could have bought that truck for him.
Yeah.
You know, so what I'm saying is just think to sum it all up, man.
You good, bro.
Just stay away from like the negative things and surround yourself with good people, with positive people. And if your family's not that, man, you'll realize it. Right. You know, and I'm not saying to go against your family. And maybe it's that some kids are delusional and think their family's not right and they're right. You know, so I will say my advice is listen to your parents, man.
Yeah.
You know, and God will let you know if that's not what to do. You know what I mean? And
I like that. I like that, man. Kind of just to piggyback off that. If I had some advice to give to y'all, bro, is don't be afraid of one commitment, but don't also be afraid of, you know, change. I tell people, I had posted this the other day. I was like, don't be afraid of change. Be afraid of being average, because a lot of times people are, you know, comfortable being in that lifestyle that they're in because they're comfortable. They don't want change.
Yeah.
Go out there and get it. If you think about doing something, you think it's going to benefit you, go after it. All you're going to do is fail and get right back up. As long as you're kicking, as long as you're alive, go out there and do it. You know, you're going to fail more often than not. But I had heard this a long time ago. It was a negative times a negative is a positive.
It is.
In math, bro, facts.
It is.
You keep getting them negatives, bro. You got to figure out how to turn that into a positive.
It's a mindset, bro. And that's another thing I didn't preach enough. You know, I don't preach enough, and I don't apply it to myself as well. Mentally, bro, it's all here. You know that being a grown man, bro. It's all here, bro.
Facts.
You probably, I mean, even when in workouts, that burn you feel. You feel you can get through it, bro. You how much more you can go? They say you like
how much more?
They say you 40% done when you think you're done. Think about that.
That's crazy, bro.
Like,
that is crazy,
bro. You could really keep going.
Yeah, no, that's amazing, bro. And I think, you know, the ended at this last one, but being 27 don't make me grown in a way. You right? You know, it's our struggle. Like I was grown by the age of 15. So hey, whatever y'all going through.
And to all the people, man, like you said, bro. Speak to people that like going through this. There's petty people going through the same shit. That breaks my heart that you say that because this kid's going through the same shit. You know what I mean? I'm not from a crazy place. My mom is, my dad is. Yeah. And, you know, we go back there and we see how they live and wow. You know? It's like, bro, to have a mom or a dad or even a grandmother, like not even I have both. I had all of it. Like I'm blessed in a motherfucker, bro. I got a mom, a dad, a grandma, a grandpa. Yeah. Hella blessed. Yeah. But the ones that, even if you got one, bro, listen to them and cherish that. Some people don't got shit, man.
Because I'm going to be honest, I keep saying I'm going to end it at this, but, bro, when you bring it up, I'm like, bro, I was talking to him the other day about that. I was like, you look at my generation, who is our old heads going to be? Because you think about it, we can go to our old heads and be like, hey.
Scared.
Like, but like for real, like we can go to them and be like, hey, I need some advice. Our old head's going to look tattooed up. BBL's flat, bro. Like veneers gone.
That's what it is. That's the problem. Yeah, and I'm scared as hell.
That's crazy, but that's crazy to think about.
Scared. Just pray to God, and God said it. We can only be inspiration and preach a gospel to people, bro. Because honestly, if you read the Bible, and I didn't read all of it, never read all of it. Only went to school, Christian school. My parents believe in God, all that type of stuff. But I will say, my grandma sends me quotes every day, and I know that she said we're in the end times. Yeah. It's only gonna get worse. So get your protection. Hey. You know, follow the blueprint. Get to where you're gonna get, because you never know when God coming back, bro. You feel me? And it's a joke. It's a laughter. It's the people that don't believe it's a joke. Yeah. But it ain't a joke. Nah, I felt it in all types of ways, and I know you have, bro.
Oh man, you don't even know. But,
I don't.
Hey, look, bro, it was a definitely an honor having you, brother. Definitely gotta have you back on again for another episode whenever you're not busy. Obviously, you got college coming up, so stay focused, brother. But it was definitely nice having you on here, brother. Yes, man, that's amazing. Yes, keep it up. Don't let that media get to you at all. Yep. Just keep grinding, showing that positivity, that positive side of you that everybody claim they don't see. They just don't want to admit it. But other than that, man, I do want to say thank y'all for definitely tuning in to the podcast. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all of that.
Yep.
But other than that, we out of here.
Yes, sir.
Peace, dog.